So the thing about vegan food is this: as long as you can learn how to veganize some of your favorite recipes, I think you'll be just fine. So that's exactly what's happening today. I'm veganizing a few of my all-time favorite recipes so that I can make sure I'm sticking to the vegan plan. So we're gonna start by making some vegan cornbread, because this is gonna be vegan, but with a little soul, all right? So in a bowl, I've got cornmeal, I've got flour, and I've got sugar that's already been added. All right, to this, I'm gonna add in a nice pinch of salt, helps bring out the sweetness. All right, also to this, I'm gonna end up adding some baking powder as well. Give that a good stir. All right, on the stove, I had some butter that was melting, vegan butter, of course. So let's add all the vegan butter into the dry ingredients, just like this. And then to that, I'm gonna be using some vanilla almond milk. All right, and then we'll give this a stir to combine. All right, so the batter goes off into the cast iron skillet. We'll smooth out the top. All right, my oven's preheated 375 degrees. This is gonna go off into the oven until it's baked up and golden brown. So while the cornbread is off in the oven, let's start on the baked beans. So I've got a can of your favorite baked beans. You know what you like to use, but they always need a little doctoring up, if you know what I mean. So let's do that by adding in some salt and a nice pinch of black pepper. Let's add in a few more things to make this taste really good and keep it also vegan. Liquid smoke. A couple of dashes will get you where you have to go. That's gonna add a lovely smoky flavor to our baked beans. For a little bit more sweetness, I've got some maple syrup. Along with that, we'll do a little bit of a zip with some apple cider vinegars. Bring out that lovely garlic flavor with a little bit of garlic powder. And then let's throw in some ketchup or your favorite barbecue sauce. And then we'll give this a stir. Hanging out, I've got some brown sugar. So let's throw in some brown sugar into the equation. All right, so this is good just like it is, but I'm gonna make it even better by adding in a few veggies. So I've got a yellow bell pepper that I'm going to dice up and throw inside. Bell pepper go in there. I've got a little bit of onion, a couple slices of garlic. All right, give that a good stir. All right, and then you wanna pour this into a casserole dish, just like that. All right, that's gonna cook up and start to evaporate. And what I love about what's gonna happen is it's gonna turn brown and caramelized, and the sugars are gonna burn and caramelize. All right, this is gonna be really good when this comes out of the oven. All right, so cornbread's in the oven, baked beans are cooking up. Now let's talk about the cauliflower. You could do this a number of different ways. If you've got a smoker outside, you can do it. I'm gonna do a little bit of a smoke inside. So head of cauliflower that I'm just gonna like try to cut open and then cut into steaks. So, and I'm cutting against the core, all right? All I wanna do at this point is take my canola spray and spray really well on the cauliflower. And I've got some prepared Cajun seasoning that I'm just gonna sprinkle over the cauliflower like this. All right, now look at the contraption I'm gonna be using. This is called a stovetop smoker, okay? There are wood chips in the bottom that will burn and then give us really great smoke flavor. And on top of the tray, this is where we're gonna line up our cauliflower that we've just had a chance to season. All right, since the cauliflower is kind of high, the lid won't really fit down. So if that's the case, we're just gonna take a little bit of foil and we're gonna tint it with foil right over on top, all right? And what this will do is it'll allow the smoke to permeate from the apple wood chips into our cauliflower. All right, now this just goes on the stove for about 3 minutes, and then we'll transfer it to that sheet tray, and then we'll get it in the oven to finish cooking through. All right, so it's only been a few minutes, and that's all you need for the smoke to permeate. Oh boy, look at this. So I'm just gonna take the cauliflower that's been smoked slightly and add it to the sheet tray, all right? And then this too goes off in the oven until the cauliflower has had a chance to cook all the way through. All right, so I could smell everything in this house and it smells amazing, so I think we're just about there. I just wanna chop up some scallions real fast because I'm gonna get those right on top of our baked beans to add a nice fresh accent to them. All right, so let me go to the oven because I think everything's ready to come out. And you know how your grandmama say, sit down, but my cake fall? Well, the cornbread fell a little bit, okay? Don't judge me too hard. This is that smoked cauliflower. Well, that looks good, right? All right, and then look at this, woo-wee. These caramelized burnt sugar on top on the baked beans. All right, like any good cornbread, we gotta put some butter on here. So let's lather this with all of this vegan butter. Just grabbing some baked beans that have cooked up really nicely. See how the top is nice and caramelized? I've got a smoked cauliflower that I'm gonna add right on top of there. Then we're gonna get into this cornbread. All right, so let me get in and get some of these baked beans that have cooked all the way through with the ketchup, the brown sugar, the apple cider vinegar. I gotta tell you, like candy. Let's get busy with this vegan cornbread. So good. This is vegan. And then, let me get into some of this smoked cauliflower that we took care of. It's got the slightest, smokiest taste to it. It's seasoned to perfection. Recipes like this, you know where to find them. On my website, DariusCooks.tv. There's two things I want to tell you, as I always do. Food is my life. Life is my food. Until next time, I gotta wish you happy cooking from my heart to yours. Hello.